We're talking about good leadership here. We're talking about under whose authority you're with. Okay. So sometimes you have to make a decision. You have to do what?
Make a decision.
Make a decision. That means to cut. You got to make a decision that some people are not the person for you. And what you have to do at that point is you can say, well, you know what? I don't think we're a good fit, but let us work together to see if I can help you find somebody else who works better with you. Okay. You don't just have to give them the boot, because again, you're talking about your integrity, your authority, your leadership. You can try to extend an olive branch to help them get somewhere else, get into another program, connect with another coach. All right. We're talking about family here. We're talking about building relationships. My sheep, my tribe, they know me. I know them. They know who?
Me.
And I know who?
Them.
They know
Them.
me, and I know them. Come on, somebody. Does your tribe know you? Do you know them? How much time have you put into knowing them? Okay. You know, it's one thing to be connected with somebody, but if you don't spend no time with them, you don't really know them.
Mm.
Okay.
Amen.
So when you connect with somebody and they're in your business, that's why a lot of times, I love high ticket sales, because in high ticket sales, you earn enough to really cater to the person who's working. Not to say that I'm not going to cater to people who aren't in high ticket, because that you all know that's not me. But what I'm saying is, when you have high ticket sales, it gives you another level of opportunity because of the resources that are coming in. Then I can send some flowers. I might send flowers anyway, or some candy or fruit or whatever. But even with my low tickets. But you have more of an opportunity to share at a different level. You have more of an opportunity maybe to take people out to eat more. Maybe at one level I could take them out, once. But maybe at another level I could take them out to eat, monthly or something like that. Come on now. We're talking about showing up, when we stand up. We're kingdom people. And remember our squats. Every time you do squats, what you're gonna be thinking about? You're gonna be thinking about the fact that you're sitting at the right hand, right? Every time you do your squats, I'm sitting at the right hand. I'm right there with the Father. Oh yeah, I'm getting my exercise in, but I know where I'm sitting. I know who's next to me. Oh yeah, no.
Amen.
Okay, come on, we gotta get these pictures in our mind, because the mind is the devil's playground. And he is always depositing his deposits in our mind. Scripture says, resist the devil and he'll flee from you. The way you resist him is that you fill your mind with thoughts that are relevant to keeping you on track. You fill him with the thoughts. You fill him with the I am thoughts. I'm exciting. I'm truthful. I'm grateful. I'm a coach. What are you? Come on, shout out some I ams to me. I'm creative. All right.
Definitely
I talked a
creative.
little bit last night about being creative. Y'all might want to latch on with a couple of those people, the VIP plus. He talked about being creative and how we were born to be creative. He said I cheated because I knew the answer.
Mm.
Okay. But anyway.
You did cheat though.
Okay, brother. All right, come on now. I'm truthful. Come on, shout something out to me. I am what?
Dependable.
I am
wonderful.
Dependable. Wonderful.
Unique.
It is.
Self-aware.
Come on now.
Resilient.
I am. Come on, put some of those in the chat. Keep it going. Get some more of those in the chat so we can go back and take a look at it later. We want to make sure that those I ams are filling our minds. Mm-hmm. So when the devil comes in, we can give him the boot. We can say, no. I'm resisting you. Scripture tells me resist the devil and he'll flee from you. So when all those crazy thoughts come in your mind, you go back to what you know. That way you fill your mind up with the good stuff. Somebody say the what?
Good stuff.
Okay. All right.
I am worthy.
Oh yeah, I'm worthy. Because what am I? I'm sitting
I'm
next
sitting.
to I'm
Yes.
seated next to the Father. I'm getting my squats in, but I'm seated next to the Father. Somebody ought to get excited. I need to put a little, I need to put a little,
mean.
I need to put a little, little bounce in that now. All of a sudden now I got a bounce in my squat because when I think about it, I'm sitting next to the Father. Oh man, look at my kingdom. Oh, look at what's going on out there. Oh, all that gold, silver, that's all belongs to me. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Somebody ought to get excited, y'all. Come on now. We gotta have some fun, right? Gotta have some fun.
Yes.
How much time I got? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Tina, you
15
got
minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. So authority and influence. My family knows I have this thing for frogs. And I've been drawing these little frogs ever since I went down to the archives when I was a kid. They said you had to draw something. And I drew a little frog and a little picture. And I created a etching down at the National Museum of Art. And as a student, we got a chance to do that. And it was a lot of fun. And so I just kept that frog, throughout. But I learned a few things about frogs. They're very alert. Frogs are very alert. We're talking about, remember what we're talking about now? We're talking about under whose authority we are and the leadership in our tribe. So, alertness. Did you know that before it rains, they croak? They croak before it rains. They're alerting you to the fact that if you got a lot of frogs around you, that some rain is coming. Okay? Symbolic of change. Why is that? Why are they symbolic of change?
Let us know. We are not doing the thing from the TV show.
Okay, why are they symbolic of change? How does a frog get to be a frog?
You gotta leap.
The different stages, the egg.
Yeah.
That's right. They go from an egg
Tadpole.
to a tadpole
Yeah.
to a frog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Symbolic of change.
Good.
Right. That's what a frog is. Alertness. Symbolic of change. Rebirth. Okay, because, the same thing from that egg to the tadpole. It's like they're being rebirthed like a couple times. So these are characteristics of a frog.
Isn't that metamorphosis?
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah.
So you said, well, Tina, why did you bring this frog in here? Because I like to create pictures and visions of things that help me remember where I want to be, how I want to respond, how I want to act. So I get things that work for me. Okay. So you need to do the same thing. Get things that work for you. Make some pictures. Draw some, whatever it is you need to draw. Put it before you. Okay. Write the vision down. Make it plain. Then put it before you. Right. Okay. Anyway. So what do frogs do?
They're hot.
Hop.
Leap.
Hop.
So I had to figure out something that goes with hawk relative to what we've been talking about so that I can remember. All right. So H stands for human. In this whole authority business, you need to be human, but you need to be authentic. Remember, this is kind of summing it up for us. So my frog is kind of summing up the process for me. Okay. So if you are a human, you need to be authentic. Somebody say authentic.
Authentic.
You need to be authentic. Openly social. Engaging. If you're going to be in business, you got to figure out a way to engage. Now, we don't all have to engage in the same way. I mean, we got 4 or 5 different social medias. And then boom, here comes Clubhouse. Something brand new on the scene. Okay. So there are different ways to engage, but you have to figure out how you're going to engage. How are you going to talk to those people, your tribe? How are you going to pull them in? Where are you going to see what they're doing? How they, what makes them happy? What disgusts them? You got to go where they are. You got to engage with them. Okay. So that's the H, the O, P. What's the P? What we've been talking about all this time.
Profitable.
Preparation and planning. I don't know.
Profitable.
You close.
Profitable.
Profit.
Profitable. Who said that first?
Profitable.
Profitable. Okay. Remember, we're looking at this model under whose authority. We know where we are,
Mhm.
and we want to be an effective leader, right? So we want to be authentic. We want to be openly social, and we want to be profitable in our business, right? Because
Yeah.
if we're not profitable, we're not in what? We're not in business.
We're not in
I have a
business.
hobby.
So every time you think about, who I am, when you ask yourself, who am I in business? Just do this. I'm authentic. I'm openly. I'm profitable. Just I am. Just hop around and say, I am. Okay? That's the, yeah. You know what? I never really named the frog. I need to name the frog. I always call him the frog. Denise, we need to work on that. We need to work on naming the frog, baby. That's my daughter there. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to my husband. Shout out to my mom, my family in the house. Appreciate y'all.
We got your back, yo.
So when you're thinking about who you want to be, under whose authority you're under, because see, we know whose authority we're under because we're seated at the right hand. We're seated at the right hand. Every squat that you do from there on, I promise you're gonna be remembering you seated at the right hand. You seated
Yes,
at the right
Lord.
hand. If you're not doing those squats, then you need to start doing something. It's gonna
Yep.
help out the glutes. It's gonna
Yep.
help out the tummy, and you're gonna remember that you seated at the right hand. Okay, the right hand. Oh, don't make me make y'all get up and start squatting again.
My knees can't take it, please.
We want to be authentic and openly social. Y'all don't believe this probably, but I am such the introvert. I am such the introvert. Come on, Les, talk to me, Les. Am I the introvert? Did you know I had this much energy, Les?
No, I did not.
Les was my coworker at NASA. When they got to see me present, when I was the coaching program manager at NASA, I had to present, and that's when they got to see a different side of me when I had to present, and they were just like, "Who are you?" Because sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone. Sometimes we have to do something a little bit different if we want a different result. And that job called for me to get up in front of the room and talk about coaching. And when I got up in front of the room and talk about coaching, I could be dry, or I could be the Tina that has seminars and gets up in front of the room and tries to make it a lot of fun and tries to make it engaging, because that's who I am when I do that. So I'm going to say to you, for all those people who are much like myself, who are introverts, you got to get outside your comfort zone. You got to stand up tall. You got to breathe in, take some deep breaths, and you got to just do what you do, because this walk is not about you. This isn't about you. This is about your service. This is about you serving the people you were put on this earth to serve. This is about you doing what you're called to do. Whatever your gift is not for you. It's for somebody else. Somebody ought to get excited. My gift is not for me, it's for somebody else.
Mhm.
And you don't know who that somebody else is. Okay? So we need to be on point, understanding what our gifts are, how we're going to cultivate those gifts, and how we're going to serve the people that we're called to serve, so we can be the blessing that we're called to be. And the profits are going to come. And the profits are going to come. It's just going to happen, because we're doing what we're called to do. All right. I see Ben. I got another couple minutes.
You are right on time. We're going
my
into
goodness.
a break.
Okay,
We've got
I
a
got
couple
one
minutes.
more. Things that make you go, it's a good thing I didn't go from the iPad. We would have still been here. Things that make you go, Okay. I like to create these word pictures. Things that make you go, Most introverts will influence over their lifetime 10,000 people. Studies showed 10,000 people. As an introvert, those who just shrink back, really don't say much, will still influence 10,000 people. That's a lot of people.
That's
Somebody
good.
is always watching you. Somebody is being influenced by what it is you do. Make sure what you're doing is bringing glory to the one you're supposed to bring glory to. Make sure what you're doing is going to prop somebody up and not pull somebody down. Make sure what you're doing, that person who's way over in the corner that you think not thinking nothing about you is paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, I had a daughter when she was about 12 or 13 years old, and she happens to be kind of on the screen right now, so I'm just going to shout her out. Well, we went to the seminar to see this guy named Myron Golden. Never heard of him before. She's about 12 or 13 years old. Never heard of him before. Well, mom went, my husband and I went, so she couldn't go to school that day. We had to take her out of school so she can go with us to the seminar. Well, she sat over on the side. She had her little stuff, whatever that was at the time, and she's busy doing whatever it is, and we just sucking it in. We excited. Oh my goodness, this is so good. And she's not hardly making any facial expression. She's just doing what she's doing over there. Well, when we got back home, she says, well, I got an idea. She says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to school and I'm going to ask my kids, if you could ask them a millionaire question, what would it be? And I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to pick out the best ones. And then I'm going to call this Mr. Golden fella, and I'm going to ask him if he would do a recording with me so I could create a product about what kids want to know from a millionaire. And,
Wow.
hey, I called Mr. Golden up on the phone and said, hey, my daughter said, he said, by all means. And the rest is history. So that product is on a CD out there somewhere. I think there's a download on one of my websites still to this day of that product. She says, I may not be old enough to drive, but I make enough money to pay the driver. Okay.
Wow.
Somebody ought to get excited.
That's amazing.
All right, she's 27
That is
now.
amazing.
And she has lived underneath of a lot of the business. And we didn't even think she was hardly paying attention. We're talking about, somebody watching you when you're not paying, or something going on that you don't think is happening. I didn't know she was taking all that stuff in. So you don't know what people are taking in relative to what it is you're doing. But what I need you to do is try to be conscious of it. Okay, try to be conscious of it. A mosquito is very small, yet it makes an annoying difference. And I can tell you how. You ever been in your room at nighttime? It's summertime, maybe it just got hot and you don't want to turn your air conditioner on. You ain't trying to crank the bill up yet. And so you figure, hey, we can make it, we can crack the windows or whatever, but there's a mosquito in the room. It's already teetering on a little bit of annoying because it's hot in there. And then you got this little mosquito. You don't see him and you're trying to go to sleep, but so you are dodging and looking and pulling the covers, but I don't really want that many covers. But that little teeny mosquito is annoying the heck out of you, and it's having its way, and it ain't but that big. So what does that say to you when you're in business? Okay. What does it say? Somebody talk to me. What does it say to you when you're in business? When those little small things are annoying you and are getting on your nerves and are causing you discomfort, what does it say? It's not that serious, y'all. Come on now. Nobody, okay. What it says to you is that
Get it out the way.
that's right. It says get it out the way. Because
Kill this bad.
you got to kill that bad boy. Sometimes there's stuff in our business that attack us, that bother us. These little annoying things. Like I started writing that book, but but it's steady poking at you. It's steady poking at you. Sometimes you gotta kill it. You gotta get that out the way. You got to move forward on it. Okay. Sometimes you want to create this product and it's been on your mind. You've had it and you've been thinking about it and you try to put it down, but it comes up to you. It's annoying. It's getting at you. Sometimes you gotta kill that desire of I can't do it. You gotta kill that desire of this isn't the right time. You gotta kill that desire and move forward and get it done. Somebody say get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done. You gotta get it done. All right. Last but not least, God chose Israel to be a blessing to the world. Now, I got to go to Israel for the first time this past year. Israel is this little teeny country, little teeny place. But he chose that to be a blessing to the world. So whatever your gift is, it might be little teeny. It might be little teeny in your mind, but God chose it to be a blessing to the world. Somebody ought to get excited. Somebody ought to get excited. I don't care how small your gift is. It was put in you to make a difference in somebody else's life.
Amen.
Small to the world. This is Coach Tina FJ, and I just thank you for resisting the ordinary to do the extraordinary. Get excited, get excited, get excited. Because if you don't get excited about what you're doing, who will?
Woo!
Awesome.
Yeah, we excited.